I do not know everything. I do not. I'm only telling you my experience. So please take this with a grain of salt and season your lifestyle the way you need to. You want a multi-stream? I'm here to tell you the things that you need to know about multi-streaming. Welcome on in, and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and catch your vibe. Come chill with your boy as I sit here and describe what is needed to start your YouTube or your streaming lifestyle. First thing first, you want to understand your setup and understand or understand the setup that you plan on getting and what it's going to cost. The reason I say this, you should start with that, is because yes, all these fancy programs that are out there are very important for us to have and use and do a lot of things that are very cool, and you can do that stuff and still not even understand your setup like I did, you know what I'm saying, when I first started my journey, because I started with I think an HP Elite small form factor. I didn't even have a GPU in that system. So, and in retrospect, I was not even prepared. I got a computer that was gonna help me be able to set up on YouTube, and I thought I was doing something. Turn out I wasn't doing jack shit. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there plain. I wasn't doing jack shit. So, first step, understand your setup or the setup you plan to buy. You need to understand that. That's very key. And this guide is for if you're starting a YouTube channel or any other platform you want to start with. But particularly, I am mostly on YouTube. So, hey, subscribe and catch a vibe and tune into the shenanigans I'm about to tell you. It's not really shenanigans, it's the truth. But anyway. All right. Now, since we got an understanding that you can't just buy anything and everything and call it a gaming system, we can go in more of my issues that I had with the setup I had. So, in the system I had a Ryzen 5 1600 I'm about to say X CPU. I apologize, CPU. I had that in my system, and when I tell you I could not do anything, I was losing the content that I was recording. I was losing the content I was recording, and also I could not multitask at all. So that was a conundrum within itself. I kept asking a big bro of mine about what should I do. I think at that time I wasn't even asking what was his setup. So it was a bit of a learning process for me. I kept asking him what I should do, and it was kind of bad timing because I wasn't asking him privately during that time. I was asking him while he was streaming, and you know, he gave the best answer that he can think of while he's, you know, playing the game or whatever, whatnot, entertaining other folks. So I had that CPU, could not multitask. I couldn't even stream actually at the time either, or stream and record, I should say. I could barely stream. I'm gonna put it that way. I could barely stream with that CPU, and when I tell you I lost a lot of footage, the audio was disrupted, and then on top of that, during that CPU, I didn't even have a proper recording program. I was using shout out to Elgato. I was using Elgato's program to record and export the files I had. And yet again, during that time, when I first started my YouTube, I did not have a GPU. I wasn't even in the game, coach. I wasn't in the game. Shout out to my boy Yardy. And the reason I'm doing that or saying that is because he's the one that helped me understand that I need to better my setup. Besides the fact that my HP Elite crashed on me, and when I tell you it crashed, it would turn on, and the fan would go to running, and that was it. So shout out to my boy Yardy. Um, the HP that I got had the Ryzen 5 1600. Yeah, I believe it had it already in it. And my boy Yardy told me I could buy his PC if I wanted to, and which I did. So I ended up with a B5, not B5, B350 F gaming motherboard, and his whole setup to his case, his power supply, which I don't remember what was the wattage on the power supply. I just know right now I have a 750 watt power supply, and that is going to be for another video once we get the understanding of this. So reason that we need to learn our setup is, I thought by putting in a GPU that would solve all of my problems. I was totally wrong. Just because I threw a GPU in the system, that didn't mean that it solved all my problems. Matter of fact, it made me realize I had more problems than I thought I had. So I did what anybody else would do. Um, I began to do research about my CPU, all the CPUs that I can think of, which I didn't even know there was multiple CPUs out during that time. So I'm freshly new to the game, and we're just talking about maybe 6 or 7 years ago. Um, I'm fairly new to this whole YouTube thing, but pretty much I did not understand my setup, what I could do, what I couldn't do. I'm just happy to play a game on my setup, and which rightfully so, because I'm just a kid that used to go to the library, and I don't know how to put it, but I used to proxy hack. I'm put it that way, proxy hack, and allow myself to play Unreal Tournament. Those were the days. But anyway, so we need to think of a solution. So that's what I did. So once I begin to recognize or understand a little bit more of what CPU that I needed, or understand that my CPU wasn't allowing me to do the things I wanted to do, like for instance, stream. I couldn't even stream and have the Windows browser open or another app open on the computer. So I did some research. I remember vaguely what my best friend told me, that I should go to Micro Center. And you should make Micro Center your best friend. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not per to say that you should always go there, but you should generally want to go there quite often, because they tend to have a lot of gizmos and gadgets. And if you like me, you love gizmos and gadgets. Um, we're not going to get into the other part, what I want to say just there. But anyway, so I contacted Micro Center, and they told me, um, what is the range of CPUs that I can upgrade to. Speaking of which, and the cool part is, um, once you get in contact with them, they can send you text messages on what you need for that particular motherboard that you have in order for you to stream or become a YouTuber or a Twitcher, whichever platform you decide to get on. I chose obviously. I was on the purpose side and on YouTube at that point in time. And when I tell you what he recommended was perfect for my budget at the time, because budget is very important. The budget is very important. What you can do and what you can afford, how you can save up for it, is very important. Don't ever forget that while you're doing this. So he recommended a Ryzen 5 5600X, and he said that would be a really good CPU to have to multitask, stream. And this is what I told him, to be able to stream to multiple platforms. And he told me, oh yeah, this is you have this choice or a Ryzen 7. Looking back on it now, I wish I would have went for the Ryzen 7 instead of just going for what my budget can handle. Yeah, I really wish I would have did that, but things happen for a reason. We all have to sit down and learn, because even to this day, I'm still learning. I do not know everything. I do not. I'm only telling you my experience. So please take this with a grain of salt and season your lifestyle the way you need to, so you can understand it better. So I got the Ryzen 5 5600X, and also just before that, I purchased a new power supply and a RTX, I'm sorry, 3060 Ti. Now, hear me when I say this. You know what? Let's not go into that. I got that done. Shout out to Micro Center, because they do install it for a nice a nice little price. You make sure you talk to the agent that's contacting you by text message or over the phone to find out what the price is before you actually go inside. And also remember to keep their name. That way, if somebody asks when you go in the store, they will give you a different installation price. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, like I said, the CPU that he gave me was a great budget CPU at the time, and I caught on a deal on Amazon. So always look everywhere for deals, even on Facebook Marketplace. Shout out to Big Tone. My boy, he copped quite a few things from Facebook Marketplace. I'm gonna leave you with this. The next thing you gotta do is decide what gang you gonna join. And when I say gang, green or red, which gang are you gonna join? Jump in, jump out, turn all about. But if you want more content like this, please leave a comment in the description section, and also hit the like button, subscribe on this video to let me know you guys want more content like this. Until next time, I love you guys. FBMG, we out of here. Peace.